Of course, the name of the game right now in movies for all the studios is recognizable IP. That recognizable IP is gold. That's why people are even taking a swing at making more Garfield. That's why there's Monopoly, the movie. That's why recognizable IP right now, everybody's going for it. Well, Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon after we did the show, news came out that Sony has acquired the rights to one of the most recognizable fictional characters of all time, Tarzan. And it looks like they have done so with the intention of revitalizing and relaunching a franchise. This comes to us from the folks at Deadline who say, Sony Pictures has acquired the film rights to Tarzan in a deal with the estate of the original book author, Edgar Rice Burroughs. Deadline is confirmed. Plans are in the earliest of stages, we hear, with no writer, director, or producer attached to what would be a full reinvention of the popular character first created by Burroughs in 1912. The author continued to write Tarzan books well into the 1940s. Rob, I did a John Campea After Dark this weekend, and one of our viewers wrote in and said, hey man, did you hear that Sony bought Tarzan? For why? And I said, that's not the question. The question is, why not? Why not? Listen, Tarzan is one of the greatest characters of fiction of all time. So many classic movies have borrowed from the tropes of the Tarzan story. Like, you can go over probably 50 to 100 different movies and say, well, that's where they took something from the Tarzan mythology. That's where they took something from the Tarzan mythology. It's an incredibly popular character. And in an age where IP is king, if Tarzan is sitting there, you walk into the Best Buy of IP and Tarzan's on the shelf, they've got it in stock. The question becomes, why not? Now, they took a shot at relaunching a Tarzan movie. I think it was 2016 with Skarsgård. That sounds like a Pokemon name. Skarsgård. Skarsgård. Woo, I got a Skarsgård. But with Skarsgård, Samuel L. Jackson, Margot Robbie, it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was bad. It wasn't all that great. But again, prior to that, you had the Phil Collins music-backed animated film of it. Listen, this is one of those things to me that the question becomes, why not? If you can make something and make it good, great. If you take a swing and miss, well, you take a swing and miss. So I like the move by Sony to pick up this thing. Anyway, Rob, you hear about this. What do you think?
Well, Tarzan's always kind of been a staple in my life. I remember in '84 when Greystoke, the Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes came out.
Love that movie.
With, everyone's like, right? I went and saw it in the theater. The
Highlander.
Night. The Highlander, Christopher Lambert. So to me, here's the thing, though, John. While IP is king, every generation needs their own, I think, IP. And I think Tarzan has literally been a staple of American movies and television since movies and TV have been made. And I just wonder, can you make Tarzan work today? Because as you said, it was 6 years ago. There you go. There's Greystoke. 6 years ago, we had Alexander Skarsgård. And by the way, he was a great Tarzan.
He was a very good Tarzan.
He looked the part. I just wonder, in this day and age, can you reinvent Tarzan for a modern audience and make an audience care? But then again, if Sony's not going to do it, how long until Disney makes a live action musical Tarzan? I really liked that movie. Their animated version with the Phil Collins songs.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was really good. And
Son of Man. Yeah.
So it works. It can work. It comes down to great story, great characters.
Look, how many times have they gone back and done Sense and Sensibility? How many times have they gone back and done Sherlock Holmes? How many times?
I know.
And you're right. It all comes down to, if they can come up with the right story and a director who can really capture that, it could be a win. And if it's not, but you're right. See, the other thing you point out is great. It's like, I know people hate it when I bring up sports analogies. When a free agent comes on the market, you got to ask yourself, not only do I want him, but do I want the other guy to get him? Maybe not, because you're right. If they don't snap it up, somebody else will.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look stupid if somebody else snaps it up when you had the chance and they make an Academy Award-winning film or something.
I think it really comes down to, it can't just be IP for IP's sake.
Agreed.
It really has to be, like I've always said, that pop culture kind of has a half-life of 20 years. You go back further than 20 years and things start to fall off. But the thing about Tarzan is, it's been kind of a constant.
Yeah, he's endured. There's an eternal kind of aspect to the character itself that I think is that's why you see him being used. The elements of the mythology of Tarzan has been used in a lot of different films. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I honestly think this is a good thing to take a swing at. I mean, it might work, it might not work, but I think if Tarzan's available and you have the chance to pick him up, you pick him up. You put him in your starting lineup. You take him in your fantasy draft. You take Tarzan. Anyway, guys, what do you think about that? Jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Now, guys, I admit for all my life, I have been a low quality underwear wearing kind of guy. I always just got the cheapest pack of underwear I could find because I never really thought about it. Well, that all changed when I started wearing MeUndies. They are simply the softest and most comfortable underwear I have ever owned, and I will never go back. And guys, spooky season is here, and so is the latest Halloween collection by MeUndies. Warning though, it's scary soft. MeUndies is back with a new limited edition prints like Jack Attack, No Body Like You, and Spell It Out. So go on and grab undies, socks, bralettes, and more made from their feels like you have nothing on micromodal fabric. And if you need a last minute costume, be lazy and transform into a spooky skeleton with their loungewear set, Lazy Bones. Guys, the scary soft hype is real. If you're not impressed with MeUndies, your first pair is on us. That's a promise. To get 20% off your first order and free standard shipping on US orders, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.